Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up, I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now, if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle.
Okay, excuse me. Hello, everyone. I am at the Richmond Airport, and I'm trying to get out of the sun here because I don't want you guys to be blinded by the light. This will be a short broadcast. I will be doing more of these as I get home, and I'm in a proper studio, but with breaking news going on. And again, I know there's a lot of background noise. Apologizing in advance. I'll keep these as short as possible. But as there's news that's breaking, I do want to let you guys know, because things are just moving so fast. And I am looking at chat. Hey there, Joshua. God, there's a lot of people here. There's Daniel, Michael, Dave, Carolyn, Southern Northeast, Liberty Dad. Hey, okay. I expect that later today there will be some motions regarding Delaware, because what Whitney has done, oof, my God, I would like to say this is entirely unprecedented. It's not. Nick did something similar when it came to Oregon. We'll deal with that in another episode. But the fact that Whitney is dragging the entire LNC along with this, Nick took responsibility solely himself for what he did on that. And that's a whole other story. But Whitney is just basically reinterpreting the JC decision and handed power back over to Will McVeigh, who took it for exactly what it was and is, hey Kathy, and is pretending like he re-threw out again Bill Hines and Dr. Amy LaPure, which of course isn't what the JC decision said at all. The JC decision did not reset the board back to October 1st. We'll get into that in greater detail when I'm home. What I want to talk about, though, is the fallout from Whitney's unauthorized pronouncement. Whitney does not speak on behalf of the LNC. The chair does not speak on behalf of the LNC. That's not how our party works, and for her to say the LNC has found that is completely inappropriate. And I know I said that yesterday, but I think it still needs to be said. So, Joshua rightly challenged her. Everything Joshua said in that email was perfectly appropriate. For people to be going after Joshua because they don't like his tone or whatever it might be is such both sides, victim blaming bullshit. What Whitney did was dictatorial. Joshua's first email to her, while it might not have been the most, and I won't even say it was impolite, because it wasn't impolite, but it was very, very blunt and direct. It's exactly the way you respond to tyrants. Then Matt Buffman jumps in. And Matt Buffman serves on no committees, as far as I know, and if he does serve on any, he doesn't do any work on them because he never submits reports or anything like that. He does absolutely nothing. He's a seat warmer. He never makes an appearance on the LNC list unless it's to try to throw out the duly elected secretary. He's the one, he's a cop, by the way. He's the one who did the really, really creepy and bullshit background research on me that was in the folder of quote-unquote evidence for my removal, half of which was just me with prayers or saying that I supported the Mises Caucus. Okay? So then he comes in to just go after Joshua. There's no doubt that it was personally going after, and this was allowed to go on for hours and hours and hours before anyone said anything. You want to know how quick they were to jump on my ass when they thought I was even in the slightest being inappropriate, even when I wasn't being, I was just being very direct? They would take 2 seconds. Susan Hogarth would be all over my ass. But where is Susan now? Crickets. Where is Aaron Adams now? Crickets. When people finally jump in, and John Phillips jumps in, being completely inappropriate, completely indecorous. Remove yourself, Mr. Phillips. You're the king of the flounce. Nobody says anything. And then when finally someone comes in to say something, do you think they call out the people who actually drug this downhill? No. They make these very vague statements like, can't we all get along and remember the whole world is watching? That is unjust, Ken. That is unjust, Whitney. One person, actually 2 people, started this bullshit, and that is John Phillips and Matt Buffman. You guys had no problem calling me out specifically, but you will not call out your little crony little bullshit friends. Matt Buffman is the guy who started this. Matt Buffman should be up for censorship right now. You investigated Joshua in 1 week, and you're not saying a damn thing to Matt Buffman. And John Phillips is out of line too, but John Phillips has been out of line for years, and you guys don't say shit to him. But at least he participates regularly. At least he does work. Matt Buffman does nothing, and he just shows up just to be completely inappropriate to Joshua. How anyone could look at what Matt Buffman did and the fact that he has not been specifically called out is just, it shows that this is all just a clique. It's all personal. There's rules for me and Joshua, but not for anybody else. And anyone who doubted that up until this date, you are just being willfully partisan or willfully blind. You don't even have to like Joshua or me to see this is what is going on. And Ken, I love you, but this both sides bullshit, no, it was Buffman and Phillips? Why are you acting like it's everybody? And I'll say right off, do I wish Joshua hadn't responded in kind to Matt Buffman? Yes, I wish he hadn't, but I don't blame him. And I will not blame the target. When someone comes after you after that, and you know that no one's going to have your back, Joshua probably would have responded differently if he knew people would have his back, but he knew damn well no one would. And it's been proven right. And then Whitney comes in and just acts like it's everybody and doesn't call out anybody specifically. And Ken comes in and acts like it's everybody. No, it's two specific people. It's Matt Buffman and John Phillips. Why are you guys too cowardly to call it out? The LNC is an utter embarrassment right now. I wish the membership could pull the plug on them doing anything between now and convention. I'm going to have a separate show about Aaron Adams' motion to release all of the secret discussions, which on the face of it sounds really good, but it has some sinister undertones that you guys need to know about. 95% of her idea is good, and I do not doubt that she is well-meaning. I wrote an email to them about what the problem is and asked them if I needed to get an injunction, because there's some very, very personal information that what does qualify for executive session that I think they are just trying to intimidate me with. Do I think there's an intimidation game going on right now? Yes, I do. There's nothing that goes on that you need to wonder, what is the agenda here? I filed a complaint back in September about safety information being released from the secret list without my consent by Laura Epke, and Whitney has done nothing about it. Has done nothing about it. Daniel, I just can't disagree with you further. I do not believe in victim blaming, and I think that's what you're doing. Because he knows no one would have his back. I will not victim blame. I think that's gross. Simple as that. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I wish he hadn't. I wouldn't have, but I don't blame him. And not going to let blaming Joshua go unchallenged on my channel. It ain't going to happen. Buffman started this. And he needs to be held accountable for it. Dave, the Convention Voting Process Committee hasn't done shit, so you don't have to worry about it. They haven't even met. Like, go look at the, you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about him being on that committee because they haven't done anything. They haven't been done anything. They haven't even met. So don't worry about that one. And Dylan Bray, I agree with you. This LNC is morally bankrupt, dysfunctional, ineffective, and bordering on illegitimacy. Yeah, I wish we could pull the plug on them right now. It's disgusting what is going on. And then when somebody finally said something, they don't call out exactly who did it. Now, if Joshua had started this, you bet your sweet ass they would have called him out specifically. You know I'm right. You know that if Joshua had been the clear aggressor here, the way Matthew Buffman is, that they would have called him out. They probably would have a removal motion for him going right now. Now, they can't remove Matt Buffman. He's a regional representative. They can censure him, though. Do you think that the executive committee right now is investigating censuring Matt Buffman? Of course they're not. Of course they're not. And if they do, I'll eat my words and say I was wrong. I hope they do. I wouldn't like anything more than to say I was wrong on this. But they're not going to do shit against Matthew Buffman. They're not going to do shit at all against him. And Reno cannot come soon enough. You are right, Kathy. You are right. And Karisk on Twitch asked if I'm an anarchist. Yes, in fact, I am. So yeah, I just wanted to call out the both sides, both sides. Ken, I'm really disappointed in you. And you know I love you. There's probably nothing Ken could do absent being corrupt, because Ken is not corrupt. I don't think Ken is corruptible. I guess everyone is corruptible. But when it comes to human beings, Ken is about one of the most uncorruptible human beings I know. So I trust him. That doesn't mean I'm going to like everything he does. He doesn't like everything I do. And I'm very disappointed that you did the both sides thing, Ken. This isn't both sides. Why couldn't you call out Matthew Buffman specifically? I'm not gonna name names here, but after I got thrown off, I had several LNC members apologize to me, saying, you know what, we saw that Susan Hogarth was baiting you the whole time, and we should have called her out. I had several LNC members say that to me, to say that they regretted that they didn't stand up for me when they should have. Well, you same people, I'm not going to name your names, because I'm trying, like, to be decent here. But you same people are on the LNC still, and you're doing the same thing again with Josh. Why aren't you calling out Matt Buffman the way you should have called out Susan Hogarth? Are you really sorry? Are you really sorry you didn't call out Susan Hogarth for what she did to me? If you're really sorry, then you should be calling out Matt Buffman. You want to make it up to me? Defend Josh. You can't go back in time to make right what you did wrong, what you apologized for me to. But you can do the right thing right now. But I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen. And you all who apologize to me, you know who you are. Do the right thing. And Ken, do the right thing. Don't say both sides. I expected that out of Whitney. Whitney, of course, is going to be both sides, both sides. All of this ultimately, while Matt Buffman has a lot of fault here, all of this ultimately is laid at Whitney's feet for what she said, for her gross and purposeful, because she's not a stupid woman. She is not a stupid woman at all. She's very smart for her purposeful twisting of what the JC did. The JC did not reset the party back to October 1st. She has now ignored 2 requests from the legitimate chair of Delaware to link to the proper website. And she has purposely ignored those requests. She apparently did give him one response, but the response wasn't, oh, okay, we'll switch the website over. It was just nonsense. Because she's insisting that the board was reset to October 1st, and that is not it. Now, the JC, if they're paying attention, they should issue a clarification here and say that the LNC chair is twisting our decision. I don't know. Excuse me. Drank soda too fast. I don't know if the JC has the balls to do that, but they should. Alicia Mattson, I think, has the balls to do that. Maybe they might not think it's within their authority. I think it is within their authority. But, yeah, I just wanted to bring up the both sides. And before we go, I see that the screen keeps dimming. It's weird. I think it's freaking out because of this light behind me. I'm getting ready to go. I get to check in an hour and a half. Then I'll go up and set up for the platform committee that's happening later today. So hopefully you will all join me for this. Hopefully there'll even be a platform or a need for a platform after Reno. I don't know if the party can survive Reno. I don't know if the party can survive this LNC. It's not even like this LNC is working hard to try to prevent a disaster from happening. Y'all shouldn't be making any motions right now other than putting on a convention. You shouldn't be trying to deal with the secret list. You shouldn't be doing anything. People hate you. They don't trust you. The best thing you could do for the party right now is just put on a good convention and let the next LNC deal with the secret list and all of that stuff. Because nobody likes or trusts you right now. Put your egos aside and just do nothing. Do nothing but put on the convention if you care about this party. All right. I'm not getting any super chat love today. That's okay. I don't do this for that. It's just that I am trying to raise money for my campaign because, oh my God. Joshua, you know if I were there, I'd be calling out this crap. You know that. You've always had my back, and I've always had yours. I'm sorry that nobody has your back right now on the LNC. I'm truly, truly sorry for that. And there are people who should. You know that. And you know I'm calling it out in some private messages that you're part of. Thank you for standing for what's right, my friend. Hope y'all have an awesome day.